Hey, it's Jack, founder of PC36. Thank you very much for buying one of our PCs. Give me 10 minutes and I'll show you how to safely unbox and set up your PC so you don't have any problems. If your PC has been shipped to you, it will come in a large exterior box like this. You'll simply need to cut the tape away using scissors. Please do not use a knife, because when you put the knife into the box, it can sometimes scratch all the components up, so please don't use a knife. Use scissors to cut along the edge. Open up the box and lift the PC from the inside. There will be lots of void fill material and there will be other boxes from your components in there as well. If it's wedged or you can't get it out, simply tip the box upside down in a controlled way and it should all be fine. So regardless of whether you collected your PC in person or if you had it shipped, at this point you will have the PC inside its own case box. Again, you want to open this, use scissors, do not use a knife. If you put a knife in, you're going to scratch right across the front of your computer. So use scissors, open it up, invert the box by turning it upside down and slowly shuffle the PC out. It will be held in place with a couple of foam blocks, so that should keep it protected. Just don't drop it from a height, do it from a low angle. I'm going to nag you now because you absolutely should not throw away the case box. So the box that comes with the PC in it with the foam inserts, please do not throw away this box and please do not throw away the foam inserts because these are specific for this PC case. And if you need to ship it back to us or ship it on later or transport it, you're not going to be able to get those bits again and it's going to make shipping really, really difficult. So please, if you keep anything from it, please keep the case box with the foam inserts. An important step before actually setting up your PC is that we remove the internal packing foam. There will only be internal packing foam if you had your PC shipped. If you picked up your PC in person, you can ignore this step. You need to remove the side panel of your PC. Usually this is fairly simple from some thumb screws on the back. Sometimes it's completely toolless and will just pop off. It should be fairly intuitive how you get the panel off. If you're unsure, just drop us a message and we'll be able to tell you. Once you've got the panel off or opened, you will then need to gently wiggle out the Instapak expanding foam block. At this point, it's a good idea to check all of the connections look snug, so give each of the cables a slight push into their socket just to make sure that they're properly seated. Have a look at the RAM sticks in the top right of the PC, make sure that they've not fallen out or come loose. Okay, so that's great. Now we can actually move on to setting up the PC. Place the PC where you want to have it set up, on your desk or on a table or whatever you like. First thing to plug in is the power cable. This usually goes into the bottom of the PC. In some cases it's elsewhere, but usually it's in the bottom. You're going to plug it in and then you're going to flick the switch to the 1 position. Moving up the back of the case, you'll see this is where your graphics card is. This is where you need to plug in your monitor cable. So your HDMI or DisplayPort cable should go in here. Do not plug in your monitor higher up by the USB ports because that's the integrated graphics. Make sure you're plugging it in down at the graphics card part to make sure you're getting the full performance from your PC. Whether you use HDMI or DisplayPort doesn't really matter. As long as the cable is high enough quality, it's not going to make a difference. Next, we can attach the Wi-Fi antennas. These usually come in the form of 2 sticks, although sometimes they come as sort of a weird blade-shaped thing with a couple of cables. Either way, the process is the same. You're going to screw this onto the 2 gold connections on the back of the PC, screwing it in a clockwise fashion until fairly tight. Even if you're not using Wi-Fi and you're choosing to use Ethernet, we'd still recommend that you attach the antenna because it can sometimes help with the Bluetooth signal as well. Now you can attach all of your USB devices to the rear of the PC, things like your keyboard, mouse, any external hard drives, headsets, other things that use USB, you can plug those in on the back. Most devices will be fine regardless of which kind of USB port you put it into, but some things like cameras and other high throughput devices, you might want to ensure that they're going in the faster slots, which are usually coloured red or blue. Finally, if your headset, microphone, headphones, if they're not USB controlled and they use the old school jack connector, then you can simply plug those into the rear here as well. Usually the colour is green for headphones and pink for microphone. If you have a combined headphone and mic jack, then you might need to get one of those splitter cables in order to put it into each one. Now that everything is hooked up, make sure the power is turned on at the wall. Ensure that your monitor is on and set to the correct input source, whether that's HDMI or DisplayPort. And then you can boot your PC. It can take up to a couple of minutes for a picture to actually appear on the PC, so don't worry. Just keep an eye on it and eventually you should boot up and be able to work through beautifully. Okay, so that now completes the process. Go ahead, install your games, install your apps, do what you need to do, have fun. Any problems, drop us a message on the live chat. We do have another video in this series about how to tweak a few more settings in order to get a bit more out of your PC, or little things that you don't quite know how to do might be covered in that. So that will be linked down in the description of this YouTube video, so follow that one and I'll see you there.